So, welcome back. The start is within a couple of minutes now, it's 7 or 8 minutes, and here's the medal roster so far. Hungary in total 22 medals. So the rest of the world have picked up a little bit since the previous years. The situation has been that Hungary have been taking more medals than the rest of the world together, but that's not the fact this year. That's good for these championships that gathered quite many European nations with one more discipline to do. That is K2 men. They are paddling a course that is 4 kilometers long, following the red line there for the first lap without the portage, and then into the normal course, following the green line. End of that lap is a portage, 100-meter run, and then over the portage, the final portage, it is a short lap, and the short lap is shown there by the yellow line. These guys are doing 8 laps with 7 portages, and then ending with this small lap. And Hungary won the European Championships last time. Adrian Boris and Christian Matte, and they are starting here. World champions were from South Africa. Spoke to Boris and Matte prior to this event, and they told me that their big objective this year is to win the World Championships, but that this race will be a good test for them. Because here is also France with 558, both 558, Quentin Urban and Jeremy Candy, 2 very, very rapid paddlers. They are fast, especially in the start of the race, and over the years now they have also been better and better in the far end. And the boat 565, the other French boat with Edwin Lucas and Stéphane Boulanger, will also be in the top. We are quite sure of that. Stéphane Boulanger that had such a good race yesterday, finishing second. What else do you see there, Jim? These new combinations been unknown really. We're hopeful that they job there of interesting way they're going to
the fastest and the strongest race of the weekend.
To sum up this, France, big contenders to Hungary. France by Quentin Urban and Jeremy Candy, both 5.58, and France by both 5.65 with Edwin Lucas and Stéphane Boulanger. Stéphane Boulanger that had a silver medal yesterday. They will try the best they can to compete Adrian Boros and Christian Matte. Adrian Boros and Christian Matte that have been top of the world K2 ever since 2015 in Geur at the World Championships, where they had a big race towards South Africa. We know that Adrian and Christian are training well together, focused on the World Championships in China later this year. So that's, I think, the three boats that we will see a lot of during this race. But then we have Denmark, we have Portugal, we might have Joachim Lindberg, Emil Svensson from Sweden. Joachim Lindberg that was among the top group for half the race yesterday, fell off a little bit, but finished quite well as the race progressed. Italy, Filippo Vincenzo, Alessandro Bonacina. They used to be very fast in the start. With a wonderful view of the dam that we are at in the Loire River. Here are they. Adrian Boros and Christian Matte.
Just a couple of minutes to go to the start now. The boats are under the control of the starter. This setup they've got here for the start gates, for those who are joining us for the first time. This is a regatta course type gates with their drop-in buckets, but they've organised with ropes across on the top of the bucket, so the whole lot drops together, we hope. We saw an incident with this morning in the ladies' K2, where they were on the right-hand side, and they got caught on the rope. So maybe they were just pushing the start a bit. Didn't make any difference because they won the race by about almost a kilometre. So here we go, calling them to the start line for the final event of this long weekend. Conditions pretty perfect today. A little bit of breeze upstream. As you saw on the graphics, the course bends round to the right underneath the row bridge and then to the top turns. It's about 2 kilometres from the start to the top turn, just below the next dam. No flow on this at all in this section of the river. Very little flow.
And off they are. And as expected, it is Italy on the far outside. Filippo Vincenzi, Alessandro Bonacina taking the lead out of the gate together with France. Quentin Urban and Jeremy Candy together with Edwin Lucas and Stéphane Boulanger. I think it is them, Lucas and Boulanger, that is leading now.
So though this is a clockwise course, we can't understand what the advantage of coming right over to the left-hand side with the right-hand bend coming up. But I guess they think that's the fastest position on the race, the fastest boats are there. But we'll have to see how that pans out. But look at that, they're all coming right across to the left-hand side, and they're going to go back right again. So the two French boats comfortably there with Sweden.
Where is Hungary? They are in the back of this group. We saw that Adrian Boros did that yesterday as well. He didn't played him well. the white shirt of Hungary. In the end of this big group now, both the Hungarian boats.
Paddling so close to the bank. I guess they're thinking it's only one wash, and then immediately everybody switches to the centre of the river. So difficult to work this out, really. We've been thinking about it all weekend, but we haven't come to some conclusion on it yet. As long as I go to the left of the boat, it's fine. So everybody's coming out now.
Roll France, and on the inside, close to the bank.
So Matt and Daniel Johnson,
Denmark
did very well there.
Denmark, very ambitious, taking the lead, trying to copy what their colleagues in the junior category did previously this weekend. And also Mats Pedersen yesterday, and Torbjörn Rask and Mats in under 23. Denmark have done wonderful European Championships this year. Now they are leading. Sören Maretti and Kasper Pretzman. All very, very well together. You recognize the French tracksuit, the blue and the red stripes on each side of the body. So both the French boats are there. There is Mathieu and Boros here in the end of the group, exactly as we saw Boros yesterday. He usually isn't very fast in the start, taking it cool, but yesterday it was too cool.
They got the drone giving you that shot. You just see the drone in the right-hand side of the picture now, going underneath the bridge with the paddlers.
Second Hungarian K2, Marton Mesaros and Gabor Aranyosi is also there.
White tops and green shorts. That's a really good shot, isn't it? That's what wash hanging's all about, I think.
Absolutely so.
Now, the Hungarians have had enough of this, sitting in the back, and they're going to have a whack and see if they can get to the front.
Yeah.
Boris left it so late yesterday that I don't think he's going to do the same thing again today.
I should just say that the speed is quite high because it's V-shaped everything, and then came this Hungarian effort. They are showing themselves a little bit there. They are strong. They do have the objective to win the K2 gold back to Hungary at the World Championships in China. And this is a race for them to prove that they are worth the trust of the Federation to try to do that.
So we're at the top turn, just 1,500 meters up to that turn.
It's France now. Urban and Candy leading. Fernandez and Julian, Spain second. Maretti and Pretzman from Denmark are third. But the group is quite well together still. Now it is a split ongoing.
Boris on the left-hand side there.
Yeah. No more mistakes. Yesterday he stayed too long, too far back in the group. He doesn't repeat that mistake today. Quite well positioned there.
Urban and Candy dominated round that turn, Stefan. They look quite very comfortable there, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's no way that group was going to be 7 or 8 big after the turn.
I don't think so. It's high. The speed is high now. Both the Spanish crews are there. Miguel Fernandez and Jose Julian. With Miguel Lawrence and Luis Perez. All of them experienced marathon paddlers.
Each of these boats have got a transponder on them that sends a signal, and that's how they can pick up the speed of the boat, speed of the group.
And definitely the highest speed of the weekend. It should be like that when it's K2 Men Senior, of course, but this is quite high actually.
So this road bridge, which will be a major feature in the whole of the race, is about 1,000 metres up of the 1,500 metre leg. So Spain takes over the lead for the first time. That's Lawrence and Perez leading the race at the moment. Borisson, he's got now to the front on the left-hand side. Urban and Candy on the right. And then the other French boat with Lucas and Boulanger on the left in the hat. Brandes and Julian sitting in the backwash for Spain. A Danish boat of Meriti and Bresman on the right. So you can see the race is covering quite a lot of the river at the moment. As I say, there's no advantage in being in the middle because there's no flow. Brandes and Julian continuing to lead the race, and with Jose Maria just moving up for Portugal there. That shot from the control tower there as we come down to the start finishing gates. A few boats dropping off the back of the wash now. It's very, very fast. That first leg up to the top turn. Very well spread out at the moment though, as you can see. But they're going to have to get together in a minute because they're going to come to the first turn at the bottom of the lap 1.
With the bronze medalist from last year, Fernandez and Julian in the lead, followed by Candy and Urban. Matteo and Boros are there. They were the winners last year. Pretzman Maretti is there, the Danes. They weren't participating last year. Perez and Lawrence finishing 9th last year. And Carvalho and Ramalho are there as well. And last year they were 4th. So all the top guys here are there.
So it's shot down the course from the outside the portage. You'll see them going around that bottom turn just above the weir. That bridge you can see in the distance there is over the top of the weir. Round the boat, which contains the marshal, making sure they all play it fair. We've had a few penalties on this weekend already, so marshals are doing their job. So on this first lap, no portage, as everybody will be familiar with, I'm sure. So they're coming up now to complete the first lap. And the lap marker changed to 2. So 2 out of 8 are on lap 2 now.
And this split time graphics that you see is from the middle of the turn, top 10. And now Matteo Boros is taking the lead, with Urban and Candy following on the outside. Urban and Candy that weren't successful last year. They participated but couldn't finish. They definitely belong to the top guys. It was Sweden that has 2 boats here this afternoon. Carl Brodén and William Berg from Nyköping, Sweden, the juniors were there. Very close to the bank. Hungary and France, and followed by the 2 Spanish crews.
Interesting to see how Jose Marino goes today, Stefan. He wasn't on top of the world yesterday, was he? So, and packed up. Maybe he was saving himself for today.
Yes.
Being supportive of his partner. See, some of the back boats have gone over to the centre of the river, trying to pick up some backwashes. Young boys in the GB team there in that boat on the left. Joseph Peterson and Tim Gandicott Porter. Belgium coming up on the outside.
Belgium with Kams and Cox, and Germany by Berg and Trocha. All 3 together there. Top guys, France, doing the job. Look as easy as yesterday when Stefan Boulanger paddling. Yeah. Very good technique, no extra movement anywhere, just using his hips and the shoulders and stomach to push himself forward. Very relaxed. You can see that from the K2 as well. It goes really, really well. Matteo and Boros perfectly positioned on the diamond wash there. and the two Spanish boats on each side, Miguel Lawrence and Fernandez Julien.
So just as the race goes off on up to the top turn on lap 2, we switch on a split screen to the presentation of the medals in the women's K2.
The bronze medalists, Eva Barrios and Amaya Oshaba. Silver to the Tanyas, Tanya Alvarez and Tanya Fernandez from Spain. Gold medalist Renate Shea and Sofia Selay Vöres. Renate's 20th gold medal in the European Championships, the 5th in K2.
To the national anthem from Hungary. The race is round the top turn.
And in the top group, in the men K2, there is still 7 boats. It's Spain, the 2 Spanish boats, then follow the 2 French boats, and Hungary, Mate and Boros. Norway is there, Salbo and Minde. Portugal, Carvalho and Ramalho, and Denmark, Pretzman and Maretti. Then it is a slight gap A slight gap to Denmark, actually. That is together with the Pofler cousins, Fred Van Maretti and the Pofler cousins there, 60 meters behind, forming a second group. And then follows a third quite large group with Hungary, Italy, Great Britain, Sweden. 4 boats in that group. And then the tailenders from Belgium, Great Britain and Germany. But here's the top. Traveling quite fast. We have seen that a lot during this weekend. Something has happened. It's not the races we are used to see, very, very slow, everyone together and just looking for mistakes and using tactics. This is another type of tactics. It's still tactics, but it's much better speed over this weekend than we have seen for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think perhaps the fact that it's almost like paddling on a regatta course. There's nobody has any real problems going up the bank or getting caught, or things don't go wrong so much as they do if you got on an open river course. Yeah, so there's plenty of width to move aside from one side to the other if you come out up the back from the back position up to the side, take over the front. So these 7 are rotating it quite well at the moment. But Spain are setting the pace. That's very true.
And that is Julian Fernandez, the bronze medalist from last year. And on their watch is Lorenz and Perez and Christian Matti and Adrian Boros that won the Europeans last year. Candy Nerven are there, of course, and Boulanger and Lucas, both from Spain.
Well, we have
from France, I mean. And then Norway, Salben Minde, and Portugal, Carvalho Ramalho.
Yeah, what we haven't seen much of over the weekend in this situation is the group splitting up and then slowing down and rejoining. We've seen that a lot in the past, but that hasn't happened this weekend.
That's what I mean. It's because the speed is higher.
Yeah, indeed.
In the K1, both under 23 and seniors, that was created pretty much by the Viking there, Mats Brand Petersen, that really caused the race to move fast. Both the races he won.
Yeah, that was the first time ever, I think, Stefan, when we couldn't find anybody who said that wasn't the case.
Exactly.
So 25 minutes into the race, coming to the bottom turn for the second time after they go past the start finishing pontoons. French boat moving out to the left there.
Full speed ahead when they are closing up to the turn. The turn before the first portage, all well together. Portugal quite good position now on the far outside. Spain setting the pace. Just want to have the initiative in there. They know it's K2 and it will be crashes and it will spread out. It will be interesting to see how they manage the situation after the portage. It's quite fast now.
So the marshal on the boat there, keeping a very close eye on the fact that make sure nobody goes inside any of the buoys. So now they're going back up to the first portage. This is a side canal, so they'll got about 200 metres from that turn to the turn buoys into the portage.
And now they are 4.
To Spain, Hungary, and Bollinger in these.
It's Urban and Candy.
So looking, it's very saw from the shot there. That's a very tight turn round the buoys into the portage. 2 Spanish boys going on one side. French boys going on the left.
Together the second Spanish paddler lifted the boat before the first. A classic mistake, and that cost them a boat length or so. You can see that there. Could be significant for them, depending on how fast they choose to travel after this portage.
So a really good shot from the drone there, showing just how the paddlers are coping.
It's hard to see who is who. You can see Spain is leading.
2 Spanish boats, 2 French boats, I think, Stefan, there.
Second group over the portage. So Sweden there, Svensson and Lindberg on 10th position, about 10, together with Pretzman and Maretti, Denmark. And Italy, Bonacina, and Vincenzi. Together again, but I don't think all 7. Now they are down to 5. Both the French boats, both the Spanish boats, and Boros and Mate. As we predicted, it is these 4 that is strongest. Here comes Portugal, Ramalho and Carvalhos. They paddled last year as well together. And we know that Ramalho was in much better shape last year. They finished 4 that year in Metkovic. The gap increases. Lucas and Boulanger is struggling a bit to get on the wash there. Now they are shifting. Fernandez Julian moves down a bit. I think it's France taking over the hard work in front, and the speed slows down a little bit. Good move from France there. They wanted a better wash for themselves and forcing Spain to take over the lead. Mate and Boros discussing things with France there. Probably saying go into the middle wash now, so that every one of us can have a good ride. And of course the French did that. Boros decides to move now, increasing the speed, but so does Spain. I really don't know why. Yeah, probably to defend their position there against their teammates coming up on the side. They should just go backwards now and let their teammates take the wash. And you can see they're talking to each other. Hey, what are you doing? Go in the middle wash. We are taking the side wash. A lot of such things going on in such a group, as long as they are 5 and not 4. Always someone on the outside wanting a better position for himself.
Yeah, so that's second group there with Portugal and Germany. Oh, Norway, sorry, it's Norway. Similar tops.
The second big group, the third group in the race. Quite many there. It is the Pofler cousins. It is Aranyoso and Mesharos from Hungary. It is the British guys, Johnson & Johnson, Bonacina and Vincenzi from Italy. Pretzman and Maretti, Denmark, and Lindberg and Svensson from Sweden.
So for the first time this weekend, Stefan, we've got Adrian Boros actually leading the race.
Exactly. I think he saved some strength yesterday when he saw a medal wasn't possible anymore. Just finishing.
So what do you reckon the Spanish boys were chatting to themselves about there? Miguel and Lucas, you saying we got to go or should we sit back? Obviously having a big discussion.
Yeah, I think it was exactly that. I think they are a little bit angry on their teammates that didn't obey when they went up there on the side and went to the diamond wash. An appropriate thing to do.
Yeah. So round the top turn, halfway through lap 3.
The home point.
So the 5 boats hanging on there. Seems quite comfortable with each other. Boris slows it down. I've had enough of this, he says. Come on. I've led for 200 metres. It's time for somebody else to have a go.
And that is Fernandez and Julian, 557.
So making use of the flow, we got, well, no flow in fact. We got the Portuguese boat going a bit wide there to try and catch up, get on the outside of the outside wash, but they decided that's not going to work, so they tucked back on the inside again, together with the Norwegian boat. Look at this, they're paddling side by side.
A little bit strange, fighting for positions there. Now the second French boat is moving forward, letting Boros and Mate into the diamond. Of course, they obey to that. Much better to be there in the diamond. And now the second French boat need to do something. Just waiting for that. And then so it will be shifting around until they are 4. It's quite a big diamond wash in K2. Boris and Matti in the middle there can relax quite comfortably. Even if I think that the Spanish on the right-hand side is riding the wash a little bit too long behind, actually. It should be a 20 centimeter forward. France have had enough, trying to get a better wash. Spain respond immediately to that. Good team racing there between the two Spanish crews.
So in the past, Stefan, we've seen the French boats being always there for the first 3/4 of the race, but haven't really done any dominating finishes, have they?
No, exactly. It's Stéphane Boulanger and Edwin Lucas, the tail ender in this group. Maybe Boulanger feel a little bit from his race yesterday. It was quite a tough race for him. High speed all the time, and he was very, very happy for his medal. Most of the other paddlers in this K2 did not race yesterday. It's Boris and it's Stéphane Boulanger. The others, I think, didn't race. Rested and waited for this K2. Nowadays, it's quite common to do both. Back in the days, it was very, very unusual when the races were 42 kilometers.
Yeah, it's quite easy now, isn't it, Stefan? I bet you wish you could race
everything
over 30.
got easier.
So the leading group of 5 going past the start-finish area. Around that bottom turn, we'll be moving into lap 4. So basically 3 laps completed now.
With Fernandez Julian leading. And Lorenz Perez on the right-hand side. Urban and Candy on the left-hand side. Boris and Matti on the diamond wash. And on the outside is Boulanger and Quentin.
So the next 2 boats have maintained that gap of only sort of 100 metres. Haven't lost anything. And the next big group is not that far behind, really. Are there only 100 metres, 150 metres behind the leading boats? They'll be very happy about that, I think.
Yes, they haven't lost any ground during this lap. Couple of boat lengths maybe, but not anything significant. Meaning that the speed is quite high in both groups, and now they start to prepare for the portage. Cleverly done from Hungary there, alone on the right side. Can do how they want. Rapidly up. This time Spain is struggling a bit. Actually between each other. It's France, and you can hear that from the crowd. It's France, it's Urban and Candy leading. France. Hungary. And Spain. Fernandez, Julian. France moving on hard now. This is serious. Mate and Boris do what he can, and they will close that gap. These skilled, very, very skilled Hungarian K2 paddlers, training a lot together. Shifting side also cleverly done, meaning that they want a good wash, letting the French doing the work there. I think they will be together, all 5 of them, quite soon.
I don't think anybody's powerful enough to pull away at that stage. So it looks like the 5 will accept the scenario and paddle the next lap together. So we're on lap 4 now of the 8. No disasters over that portage as far as we can see. Just going past the turn that will be used for the short lap. That's 400 metres from the finishing line.
All 5 well together, shifting around as we are used to see them. Still it's Boulanger and Lucas that is outside the diamond. They've been that for quite a while now. Do you think that tells something?
I think they're quite happy to sit there, Stefan. Nothing really dramatic's happening, is it? So if as long as they got the speed, they're probably quite happy to sit there. What's good news is that the next group back, the next major group back, is only 200 metres behind. And I think the boys in that group, I know the British boys will be pretty happy that that's the scenario at this stage of the race, almost halfway through the race.
Very relaxed paddling from Boris and Mate there on the diamond watch. They have managed to be in that position quite a lot so far. The second large group here.
So Hungarian boat quite happy to call the British boys to come past and do a bit. But that shot of the course shows just how close they all are.
They are on 8th position, British guys. together with Pretzman and Maretti from Denmark on 9th, and Arjen Osui, Mesharos from Hungary on 10th, Lindberg Svensson on 11th, and Bonas on 11th. That's that group. Then we have another alone, the Puffler cousins.
It's just the 55 meters from the front to 5 and the next 2, isn't it?
Yeah, and that is Salbun Minde together with Carvalho and Ramalho from Portugal and Norway, respectively.
Really good view from the drone there, as you can just see the dam and with the boat stored up on the compound, boatyard on the right hand side above the lock gates.
It's a lot of such constructions in pretty much every European river. You use the water for so much. Very, very close to the boys there. Both French, Spanish boats, Irvin and Candy, Boris and Matti, and Lucas and Boulanger. It's just 13 seconds now, down to Ramalho and Carvalho, and Morten Minde and Daniel Salvo from Norway.
So next group, just 36 seconds behind the leaders.
When the speed increases slightly, looking over the shoulders, where are you guys? Shall we continue the attempt? No, we shouldn't. You're all with us. Interesting to see the gap to Portugal and Norway decreases. Interesting to see if they are eager to have that gap or letting them come through. Seems like France would like to keep the gap. Urban and Candy taking the lead and increasing the speed somewhat. For the first time, for a long time, has Boulanger and Lucas a diamond wash there in the middle. And then Hungary has to defend their position there, and Spain do their attempt. Quite unusual, must mean that Boris and Matti think they are rested enough and want to contest their fellow competitors a bit. This is a long effort.
Long effort.
Yeah.
You think they're racing each other the way
Yeah,
they're going,
yeah,
don't you?
They did. They were really testing each other there.
Did it do them any good, or is that a bad move?
I don't know. Sometimes we see Boris and Matti do these moves.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to matter much.
Yeah. So, but
now they
Bollinger
are
dropped off the back there because of that.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it was that they saw. Now we have the opportunity to get rid of one of the boats, and everything will be more calm after that. Portugal and Norway have someone to go for now. They are not entirely off.
No.
Lucas and Boulanger will manage to get to the group again.
So less than 200 meters from the front to boat number 10. That's pretty good at this stage. Coming down to the end of lap 4. See the tents and the control tower right down the end there on the right-hand side. I think that has, well, you just increased the group, the distance between group 1 and 2 there. It's up to 60 metres now. I think it might increase a little bit more than that when they get the next set of readings. Oh no, it's gone down. Clearly my viewing is not as good as a GPS.
I doubt.
Just going past the short lap turn, 400 to go to the start finishing area, and then we move into lap 5 of the 8.
Oh, it's back to what we're used to seeing, K2 racing, slow speed and big efforts. I wouldn't be surprised if the gap will be closed. Not before the portage, but in the portage to Norway and Portugal.
Drone drops over to the back of the third group.
With Denmark, Hungary, Sweden.
Great Britain leading there in the blue boat with that red cross on the back.
And Italy. A 100 meters now. They see that they are not. They see that they are not losing ground. Now preparing for the next portage.
So for the second time, just going past the control here, Stefan, we see that the group has broken up to 4 again.
Yeah.
Bollinger's hasn't been able to cope with this one. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he thinks.
Actually, it was Urban and Candy that increased the speed and made their teammates fell off. I wonder if they were aware of that. Probably not. Focused as they are on what's ahead of them and not back.
So round the bottom turn, completing lap 4 of the 8. So we're going to switch now to lap 5. Yeah, there are lap 5's just come up of the 8. So yeah, 55 minutes.
I've done 13.8 kilometers and I have 14.7 more to do.
The boys coming round, sorry, the boats are coming round the boys into the portage.
2 on each side this time. See how Spain do. No mistakes from anyone there. And it's France, once again France. Setting the pace over the portage. It's France and it's Spain. Boris and Mate are there.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're struggling a little bit on the running, doesn't it, Stefan, the Hungarians?
Yeah, they did. But they will be together. Portugal, Ramalho and Carvalho.
together with the Norwegians.
Yeah. The second big group, I think, is soon in the portage, coming there. The top guys. Perfect diamond now. Actually, no reason for anyone to do any kind of hard work here. But they are too close to the bank to really form a diamond. British guys?
Yeah. Doing very well, I think. They'll be pretty pleased with themselves as it stands at the moment.
11th position now. Johnson & Johnson.
So on the way up, you have to go to the left-hand side of that moored boat. It's the only sort of marker on the course that dictates where you have to go, really. Lucas and Bullinger gradually made their way back. So
yes.
Back to a group of 5, as we anticipated.
Bullinger and Lucas back on track.
So do you reckon those two are frustrated that they're sitting at just that distance behind, 60, 70 metres? Just the two of them taking it in turns to lead? I suppose they might think they'd just as well be there as fighting it out up and down with the speed in the top 5.
Yeah, probably it's more of a steady state paddling back there. If they can keep that distance and something happens to anyone in front of them, they will soon catch them. It's still just halfway, so it's a long way to go.
Yeah, we reckon about 1 hour 50 for this.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 hour 55, but so just over halfway now. 1,000 metres up underneath the road bridge from that last portage. British boys be happy sitting in the back of their watch there. I think that second pair is they're getting a little bit closer, aren't they? In fact, I think the whole thing is closing up a little bit.
Yeah, they are just 40 meters behind now.
Yeah.
Norway and Portugal.
So Boris and Mate take the lead. Hasn't happened very often. It's a really good shot, telling you exactly where they are. From that bridge to the top turn is 500 metres. You can see it's very shallow on the left-hand side as they're coming up. But they obviously think there's enough depth there not to worry them. So first group round the turn at the top of lap 5. Next two are very close now, only 10 seconds behind. And the third group, 30 seconds behind the leaders. So Irvin and Candy take over the lead. So Mintersa will make it back to that leading group together with the Portuguese boat, that familiar face of Jose Moreno and Ricardo Carvalho. Leading group now back underneath the road bridge. So that aerial shot there from the drone shows you the joining of the two rivers just above the weir, and we're at the end of that island that you can see there. I guess the reason for this little town being here is because it's at the junction of the two rivers. So 7 in the front group, 4 in the second. Probably only 100 metres behind as they go past the short turn boys, short lap boys. So yeah, wasn't too far out with my 100-metre guess. So group of 7 coming down to this turn. There could be some changes going on here, I think. This is a chance for Mario and Cavalli from Portugal to make a significant change in this race, I think. Are they going to go for it to get round the bottom turn in a good inside position? Or are they going to find themselves trapped? They've got to go pretty soon now. Just coming through the start-finish line. So there's a big chance for Maloro to stamp his authority on this race, I think. Is he going for it? Only 100 metres to go to the turn. No, it seems he's content to sit there. That second group is very close now, only 70 metres behind, I should think.
We will see a totally different race after this portage, I think. It will be blended up. The second group is closing in now rapidly. Now it's back to what we are used to see during over the years. Big groups coming into the portages and a lot of shifting positions. The strongest ones fighting for positions here into this quite complicated last turn into the pontoon. Urban and Candy first. And then Portugal. Portugal is up there. Ramalho, the tactician, choosing the left side of pontoon. That was wisely done from him. Boris and Matti, not in trouble, but slight incident there. Matti rescued it. Wonder how that rudder will be after this portage. But look at Portugal.
Yeah, they
amazing.
They caught up about 200 metres back for the turn. Oh, now why would you want to carry all that water all over that portage and then pour it out at the end? Did they not realise I had it in there?
And now Portugal and Hungary is together. They have a slight gap to close.
So we can see the Norwegians are going wide, Stefan.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. After the portage, they've gone out wide to try and pick up the backwashes of that first group. So Spain and France trying to stamp their authorities on this.
Boris and Matti is very, very eager to close that gap as soon as possible. Not at all pleased with the development for the moment. Where Candy and Urban leads with Perez and Lawrence. Still a slight gap, even on the from this distance. And the drone, you can see how Hungary is closing in stroke by stroke now.
Switching across to the middle of the river as they go past the boat.
So once again, Portugal fell off.
Yeah, they're not comfortable, are they? They work very hard to get back. Hasn't changed anything in the leading four. Looks like they're waiting for them. Yeah, I think they're waiting for them.
That's the thing. Never give up. Never let the gap be closer than necessary. Anything could happen, as it did there when they closed to stopped.
So Lucas and Bollinger are the ones who've missed out on that last portage.
Second group, Denmark, Pretman Maretti, now 90 meters behind, together with Boulanger and Lucas. And Norway, Salbe Minde. And then another gap of 40 meters or so to Aragnoso, Mesharos, Johnson, Bonacina, Vincenzi. And then another gap of 200 meters or so to Svensson and Lindberg. That doesn't have such a good day today as they had last year when they finished fifth.
Unfortunately, being at the back of the group over that last portage, the British boys will be disappointed to think they managed to drop off the group, but they've done very well up to date, so they shouldn't be too disappointed, I don't think. So Urban and Candy over the last 2 laps have been the dominant boat, I think, Stefan.
Yes, definitely. I think they have been quite dominant already from the start. They have the speed for it. They are well coordinated. And we know since previous races that they do have the ability and the endurance if they can manage the race well. They've had accidents and done some tactical mistakes many times, but have learned a lot from that, as it seems here. It's a very tactical race now. Everyone is searching for position. No one is really eager to do any hard work. Second group, we're 90 meters behind, is closer now. It's just a 20 seconds or a little bit less coming up now. I think they will be together in such a big group once again. The portage is challenging when the group is big, just because of that turn and the fact that the pontoons are quite high.
Yeah. Very close after that last buoy on the turn.
It's Portugal that has the toughest position for the moment.
Just over 9 Ks to the finish.
Yeah. Still a long way to go.
Italian boys look as though they've been revitalised there, Stephen.
Yeah, it seems like 10th position currently. For Bonacina and Vicenzi.
Looks like we're looking at about 1:55 for this race. So 35 minutes to go.
The crowd has increased here on the venue. They know that France has 2 strong boats here. This small village of Decize is piling up along the bank.
Looks to me as though everybody's here. Down past the short lap boys. 400 to the start-finish line.
And another portage, another turn and another portage, and a split and a changing of positions, and then continue. Portugal quite well positioned now on the outside.
So Morten Mind and Daniel Salvo have obviously.
And Denmark is within the big group now. Both Denmark and Norway.
Still 400 to the portage from here, so they're really working hard to establish their position.
Absolutely. Spain taking the initiative there, want to stretch them a little bit. They know the risk of being too many into the portage.
And Norwegian boys go almost straight to the front.
Yes. Well done from Salbelminde and Pretzmann and Moretti. Now they are there, fighting for positions in the group. So a group of 8 approaching the portage. Spain, Hungary, France, Spain, Denmark, France, Portugal, Norway.
So just going to change to lap 7. So 2 full laps to go.
No big attempt so far. They are pleased with their positions into the portage. Good position there for Hungary. Choosing the end of the pontoon, tactically wise. That's why they are first now over the portage. Hungary choosing new drinks. It's Hungary in the lead, Hungary and France. Spain, double Spain. Hungary first out of this portage. We haven't seen that before during this race. Now they are there, as we are used to see them. Having done many good portages over the years. Now when we are in the far end of the race, they are showing their quality. Boris and Matti. Quite fast portage this, 12 seconds, 12:26. It used to be over 14 for most of the guys.
So for the first time, the Danish boys have got themselves into that first group of 5.
Yeah, amazing. While Norway and France
Yeah,
lost contact with the big group.
Yeah, Bollinger's been doing catch up all the way
Yeah.
for the last 4 or 5 laps, hasn't he? So probably a bit tired after yesterday.
Denmark on the left-hand side, seen from here, on the left side on the screen. Struggling a bit there, trying now to create a better position for themselves. I wonder if they are able to challenge Spain there. I don't think so. Spain is looking over their shoulder, checking the situation. The thing there for Denmark should be to, now they are going really, really close to the boat there. Caused no problem. And now Denmark are doing their effort. Now we'll see if Spain respond or are choosing to take the diamond wash instead of their teammates. Now they are responding. And Denmark, Denmark has to cut off the effort. They need to try, but it's costly when they are not successful. Every such little effort to produce lactic acid in muscles, which take a couple of minutes to get rid of. The more efforts you do, the more lactic acid concentration of the lactic acid in the muscles increases. You need to think, not doing anything unnecessarily, everything with a purpose. You see the Spanish guys there on the diamond wash who could even stop paddling and just riding.
Yeah.
It's quite a big wash inside there, especially when the speed is quite high. Denmark are trying again. Norway in the far end of this big group. Hungary well positioned there now. I think they are quite pleased with what they are doing now. Boris and Mate. Adrian Boris that spent quite a lot of time this winter in South Africa doing river racing. Full-time kayaker that does everything that is of long distance characteristics.
How did he get on down there? Do you know, Stefan? How did he get on at in downriver racing?
Quite well.
Okay.
He was in top, especially in the Berg
Right.
last year. Was doing well. It's more and more. We see more and more of that. They are traveling to each other and do racing and train together. Actually, both in sprint and marathon nowadays.
Yeah.
Good global friendship, lifelong friendship produced by that. One of the great things with sport, such sport as this, at least.
Indeed. There are some other ones that are not quite as friendly, of course. So up to the top turn on lap 7. Boris taking the lead round here, stringing it out a bit.
But there is still one big lap to go. So I don't think we will see any significant effort during this lap. They're just fighting for positions, using their strength, their ability to tire each other out a bit. It's spread out, which means that Boris and Mate set a little bit higher speed, just a little bit. No big effort, steady state for them, probably. We know their ability in the end of the races, always like that. Very strong finisher. The last couple of kilometers used to be theirs. And now back on the Diamond Wash.
Here we go. There we go again.
Exactly how it should be done. Stretch them out a bit around the bend and then let go and the rest on the Diamond Wash. Comes Denmark. Trying there to get a little bit better wash.
About 20 minutes from here, I think. About 20 minutes.
More to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.8 kilometers, to be precise. Norway.
Just off the back of that little group there, Stefan.
Yeah.
Oops.
40 meters behind or so. So, on 7th position. Morten Minde and Daniel Salbo. Lawrence and Perez. 9th position last year. Is now leading.
They're having another go for it, the Norwegians.
They're
going wide and coming in on the wide backwash.
Endurance paddlers, also them. Cross-country skier in the winter. Love the long distance and the outside training. They will make it. Seven in the group now into this portage with one more long lap to go. The most appropriate tactic so far, I think, is the Hungarians. They don't do anything without a purpose. Manage to get on the Diamond Wash quite often, creating position for themselves in a good manner. Watch them now, just resting there. It's a big wash inside there now. Boris just let the paddle go. No effort whatsoever. Resting, resting, resting. Watch that. That's also a mastery, to ride washes like that.
So just coming down to the start-finish line.
Then they will start to prepare a little bit for the portage. I think all the top boats is well positioned now. Spain in the lead, Quentin and Urban on one side and their teammates on the other. And the Danes on the inside need to do something now. They won't leave enough room for everyone there. It will stretch out. Either the Danes must act now and push forward, or be forced to fell behind.
Well, they're not going for it, Stefan.
No.
Two Spanish boats seem well in control at the moment, coming round this turn.
The Danes lost the boat length, as expected. Now,
Bullinger out the back again.
yeah, Fernandez and Julian should be doing something now, or rather a couple of boat lengths ago if they wanted, but they didn't. So just continue the steady pace into the next little turn, into the portage. One long lap to go, and then a short lap. Now everything for Boris and Matti, everything depends on which side the outer guys will choose. Ah, look at that. Ah, perfect. For them, first into the left side.
Well, that's the Spanish boys not helping each other, and oh dear, he's...
A lot of things happen there. It's France, cheering each other. The crowd is cheering them, and they are cheering the crowd.
They did really well there, couldn't they? Because they're coming in third position on that side, and they were out the boat first and away. France are away, Hungary are away, Spain are away. Everyone else is struggling a little bit. A gap is created. Denmark are away, Norway are away, and France. And the unlucky Spaniards as well. Perez and Lawrence lost a lot on that accident in the portage. You could see it happen early on when all three of them were choosing the same side. Yeah. Open up for Hungary, but Hungary also had some troubles with Denmark coming in and squeezing out, pushing out their boat after the boat a little bit. Tough going now. Boris and Matti choosing to go into the wash. Denmark is doing well now. Really well. Denmark on fourth position for the moment. They were down to 12 for a while in the middle of the race. Now we'll see the replay. Getting up. He lost the balance. He just lost the balance.
And the front guy didn't recognize that and lifted the boat as he was used to, and made it all worse.
Yeah.
Still full speed ahead. Think they are what they are doing now is trying to ensure or secure 3 medals for themselves. It's hard going, really hard going. It's Spain in top, Spain, France, and Hungary. Tough going. Tough going from Julian and Fernandez, the bronze medalist last year. Candy and Urban, and the winner of last year's race, Mate and Boros.
Yeah, it looks 75, 80 metres, Stefan. That's got to be significant, I think.
Already over 70 meters. Tremendous effort they are doing now. Julian and Fernandez doing most of the work. Eager to create as much gap as possible to the guys behind, ensuring a medal. I don't think they really, for the moment, care which value. They are just eager to have the medal. And now Boris and Matti is doing their job. That's the way to do it. Take turns, help each other. Matti and Boris setting the speed now. Here's the hunting party. Led by Lucas and Boulanger. And Lawrence and Perez, the unlucky Spanish crew. Having been among the top 4 all race through, and had that little accident in the portage. Speed is still high. The gap is now 90 meters. 90 meters. Quite a big crowd now. Small city of Decize, 5,000–6,000 inhabitants. Many are here now alongside the bank of the Loire River to share their French crews 2 medals. Jeremy Candy. The gap still increases. It is 100 meters now. And Denmark is taking over to do the work in the second group. Second group consists of Denmark, France, and Norway. Spanish guys are not joining in yet, even if the gap between them and the second group decreases. They are catching. Up to the turn. I think the fastest leg we have seen since the start. Up to this turn. It's 110 meters now. "25 seconds. Soon half a minute. This previous portage was a perfect example of how portage in big groups could be. The most important things is to avoid any kind of mistakes. If you do that, do the right tactical decisions, choosing the right side, and avoid mistakes, then you are fine. Any mistakes, any slight, small, little mistake will cause trouble. While if you avoid mistakes, you might not create an advantage to the others that also avoid mistakes, but you definitely will not create a disadvantage for you. That's why portaging is about doing things safe. Never panic. And to do that safe, you need to prepare a lot. We have seen these guys, these top guys preparing. Look, not only testing the portage once or twice, but preparing every possible scenario. That is, of course, also valid on the course, but especially in the portage. It's so easy to lose a couple of boat lengths, and if you're unlucky, it's over by that. Especially in the far end of the race, when everyone is a little bit tired, and it's not so much time to catch up on. The distance to the finish is short. Speed is still high, you can see that clearly. With Spain doing the job, Julian and Fernandez. It's 120 meters now to the second group. I don't think they are aware of that. They continue to go very, very hard. These Spanish guys, Julian and Fernandez. I think Boris and Matti like that. Maybe also Candy and Urban. They look very, very relaxed and strong in the previous portage, the French. A very fast lap, this 8th long lap. Soon coming in now, in sight of the commentary position, in sight of the crowd. 125 meters to the second group. The second group led by France. Boulanger and Lucas. We of course concentrate on the top group. Yeah, the boat speed has been high, 15.10 kilometers. This is average speed counted by the GPS system. Spain increases the speed even more. It's just 1.8 kilometers more to go. Just under 10 minutes left of this race. The medalists are here. If they don't have any accident, on their way forward. 3 votes into the final portage, and that is quite good in this quite complicated portage. Same nation as last year. It's Hungary, it's Spain, and it's France. But last year it was Lucas and Boulanger. Today it's Irvin and Candy. Leaning out the window here, see if I can see them for real. Yeah, they're coming. 300 meters from the crowd now. All three together. Still Spain in the lead. Spain have done most of the job here. France hasn't done anything. And here they're coming. And now France is putting in their effort. France is taking the lead into the turn. Hungary doesn't allow that. They really want to be at least on the wash of the leading boat into the portage. We'll see how they manage this. Spain is switching side, marvelously done there. Exactly the way you should switch side. The bow was just centimeters behind the leading K2. They didn't lose the wash. They just switched side rapidly. Hungary perfectly positioned now on the outside of France. France has the lead into the portage. I think we will see an effort from all three of them when they approach the final turn into the pontoon.
So a big decision as to which side to go.
Exactly.
This is very critical as to which side you decide to go.
I think Hungary is counting on the others taking the right-hand side, seen from their
Hungary
perspective.
not in a good position there, are they?
Could be good, depending
I don't
on.
think so, Stefan. I think when they come round this turn, Hungary are not going to be in the best position. But we'll see.
It all depends on which side of the pontoon the others are choosing. Yeah, good position for them. They are alone on their side, as they have been many times before. France rapidly up and Hungary up. Spain struggle a little bit, but it's France in the lead over the final portage with just 800 meters more to go. It's France in the lead. The crowd become crazy. France and Hungary. Exactly the same pattern as last year. France are away, Hungary are away.
Yeah, Spain made a big wrong decision there, didn't they?
Yeah.
They should have switched to when they realised that which side the French were going, they should have switched to the other side. And that would have taken Hungary out, but they didn't do it.
Difficult for them because they were on the wrong side of the French boat. I wonder how Boros are thinking now, choosing this side. He must feel strong, trying to pass France at the final turn. Otherwise, he might not have chosen that side. Had opportunity. Spain on the 27 meter behind now. It's France and it's Hungary. Tactical decisions to be taken there now by Boros, steering the Hungarian boat. Stay on the outside. Yeah, it seems like he is fine with that. If France should try something here, they should do it now. Exactly now. They don't. Saving the power to the in-sprint. They know they are fast. Boros looking over his shoulder. Where is Spain? This is amazing racing. Hungary looks relaxed behind there. Now Spain is back. Spain is back into the group.
They've got to come across to the right-hand side in a minute, so it might suit the Spanish.
Yeah. Must lean out the window here and watch for real. 200 meters more to go now. When does Hungary make their effort? They need to do it soon. It's just 150 meters now. Now Hungary is going. But France is responding, and they are responding well. It's gonna be France. It's gonna be France that is winning this. It's going to be France that have a gold medal. Too strong for Boris and Matti. And it's France. Gold to France. Amazing race from Urban and Candy. And the crowd went crazy, of course. The final gold medal of the 2019 European Championships to France, here in France. Silver to Hungary and bronze to Spain. So Boris and Matti thanking each other, good sportsmanship. A great race. Amazing winners. They have been waiting for a long, long time for this medal, the French paddlers. They have done many races and been up there, but had some accidents. But
Denmark
now,
4,
the victors,
Spain 5.
Yeah, Denmark 4 and Spain
6.
5, and France, the second French boat, 6th. Also well done by Denmark, who were down to 12th, 13th position for a while in the middle of the race. 7th position to Norway. By Morten Mine and Daniel Salbu.
It's nice to think that after all that effort, they got a chance to go for a swim, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Really nice.
Not many sport it is like that.
No.
An amazing race. Well worth a well-organized European Championships. A good finalization of this. I'll go down and see if I can find them for an interview.
Yeah, it must have been very difficult for French Federation to put this together. Portugal coming through in 8th place. Yes, it's a fairly remote location here, but the French decided to go for it, and I think it's worked out pretty well. I know we had some reservations. Transportation around the site to the airport, etc., is pretty difficult, but overall, I think everybody would have enjoyed their weekend. Stefan's gone down to see if he can have a chat with the winners. I know both of them speak good English, so that would be make life easier. So 2 British boats, next 2 over the portage. These boys know each other very well, of course, and the Johnson did extremely well in the early part of the race. Probably just a little bit too much for them overall, but good learning experience. You don't come to European Championships from nowhere and really do that well. It's a big learning curve. Really good turnout today on the site.
Thank you.
Middle 20s now. People are really enjoying the afternoon.
We'll have an interview.
Yeah, sure.
You can have one.
Attention.
Bravo mon garçon.
Jérém?
Yeah.
Ça mieux?
Là, il a pas besoin de moi.
The Swedish boat just coming through over the line there. Lindberg and Stevenson. Just waiting for Stefan to find the very happy winners of the race. Quick interview, and we're waiting for the British boys to finish their race.
Quentin. He's Quentin.
So just coming down to finish now, it's Joe Pedersen and Tim Gannicott Porter, just caught up with the two boys, Johnson.
Congratulations to a wonderful medal.
Yeah, thank you.
So
We are so
pretty
happy.
good race for them. Over
We
to
made a
Stefan.
kind of perfect race. The plan was perfect. We don't have any, big trouble. So yeah, we are so happy in front of our family, my wife, the crowd. Thank you for cheering for us for all the portage and during the race. Yeah, we are so happy. We had a really bad year last year. A big injury and a lot of things. So that's a big revenge for us. And yeah, we are very happy. Especially we do it with this guy.
Yeah, you have been waiting for this medal quite a while now. Last year was a bad year, and sometimes you have had accidents, but this was a perfect race. How did you plan it?
We don't know how to plan, but the first thing we wanted to do is to be in front as often as possible. So it was a tough race, but I was confident, and I know that Quentin is good to lead.
Did you work together with the other French crew?
Yeah, we try, but yeah, it's tough because we are a big group, like sometimes 8 maybe, and the plan was to be on the lead or on the first wash, maybe on the diamond, and not at the back. So we saw them for the first part of the race, but after we have to keep focus on us, and you know.
It was quite obvious that the plan was to be among the top 4 all the time in the diamond and creating the diamond. But you let the second group came back several times.
Yes, because last year we were a little stressed if the second group came back. But this year I know that we had all to stay on the front and to take the lead when we wanted, so we were really confident, I think. So.
Yes, you were very confident. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate these well-worthy European champions, France.
Thank you.
Really good chat there with Stefan and the two boys there finishing, Quinton and Jeremy. Very nice chat to them. They seem pretty relaxed at the end of that effort. As we see some of the boats now coming back, bringing the marshals have been based around the course. They've had a variety this weekend, and we're just seeing some shots now of the senior men K2 start.
Yeah, it should be now.
Now?
Very good tactical race by the Spanish and the French. And some very good shots over the weekend from the drone. It certainly moved into a new era with the television around these sites. It's a big investment, of course. These things don't come cheaply, and that's why these events cost so much money to put on. You know, you can easily spend £1 million getting the thing set up. You obviously get lots of sponsorship, but overall, very good effort here this weekend. I guess the only thing with the drone was the one that flew into the side of the lorry when it tried to go over the bridge, which caused a bit of disturbance with the local police. But they obviously allowed the drone to work today. So I think just sign off now. Stefan's saying goodbye to a lot of his friends around. He's got to move off. And we have as well. So we'll see you at the next event. So goodbye from Stefan and goodbye from me, Jim. Bye.
For all the French spectators that are watching and waiting for the prize giving ceremony, it will be on within 10 minutes or so. But me and Jim, thank you for this weekend. Jim has already said that. I want to say the same. And apologize for all my language mistakes and all other stuff that went wrong. But we have had fun, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, and see you from China in October, where the World Marathon Championships take place. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thanks a lot. Okay. Worked out all right in the end, didn't it? That's all. Right. To make a move. Wasn't going to, but up to all the family. We'll see them fairly soon, hopefully, somewhere. Yeah, true. Okay, too, right. One of my just no major saying apparently is when I went. I always saw her. So did I. I'm off you at the. Okay, we're listening. See you again.
Félicitations, coach. Merci. Ça a été fatigant, j'ai mal au bras.
Félicitations. Ça se termine bien. Oui, voilà.
Infatti se non mica dove è lei.
No, la sto
Oggi ne sono uscito.
Savino, sono qua di fianco al podio.
Sabino, neanche se ti mettono una freccia è qui. Io pensavo che fossi. Cosa facevi? Pensavo fossi. No, appunto, cosa facevi?
Quindi questa
accesa, comunque lo blocchiamo anche la braccia si spacca via. Ma è proprio diverso anche la prima, non è molto è diverso anche il colore. Si spacca. È diverso anche l'ho comprata l'anno scorso, fine l'anno scorso. Guarda, sape in generale. Vabbè, ma sai cosa mi spiace? C'è ancora da people fa shop per il mondo, qua anche non sa cosa fare con il così prima, erano l'ho visto. No, io l'ho visto passare qui, ma mi sembra che aveva no, succede per me, perché mi interessa il trasporto, quando poi mi sono rientrato, ho fatto il trasporto, mi dice avanti, sono andato indietro a 120 milioni, la barca con 2 parselle, capito? Ma qui io mi sono accorto che sono diventati un po' più bastardini perché vedevo il trasporto, tutti al limite, cioè al limite di darti una penalità, però questi bastardini, che cazzo impari anche piccola lì, stava partendo, è arrivato su dentro e ha bloccato la pagata. Un attimo, non ci faccio cazzo, ho dovuto fare un pilone della Madonna per prendere e la se per quello non l'hanno data nemmeno gli spagnoli che hanno buttato fuori i francesi più su. Gli hanno scritto che bisogna spingere lei è stato detto, no, perché l'ha detto per francesi. Quindi l'arbitro francese non si applica all'arbitro americano perché ha toccato l'equipaggio francese, ovviamente non si sa. Dopo c'è anche tutto questo discorso. Se riesce a convincere, cerca di convincere il giorno a mettere qualcuno da qualche parte nel comitato, perché è vero che non puoi mettere niente. Se non ci sono. No, allora queste qua non l'ha fatta apposta, sono cose che si succedono. Certo. Però cazzo, cioè io non ho fatto la giù, sai cosa dipende anche vado avanti, lo rivedo, c'era un da Luca, fuori dalla barca. Sì, sono scesi tutti e due, si abbona Claudio. Che vede la tabiglia. È una cosa che con Elena gliel'ho detto alcune volte. Chi gira in giro la nazionale è inutile che si vede in Italia. Fare le gare in Ungheria da qualche parte. Però il livello è diverso, dove quelle cose che hai detto tu, quello che ti appoggia la barca, l'altro se li riesci bene, metti in Italia, fai il tirone. Erano rimaste Francia e chi era quello di Francia? Le portoghesi francesi in acqua, è arrivato il Portogallo, l'ha bloccate, giro dopo 15 km in Italia. Giusto, cioè, se io lo so, metto la barca sulla pala, sulla giusta, io dopo palesissimo, poi vado davanti, in barca stanno partendo. No, ma tu hai ragione.
Allez, dans moins de 2 minutes maintenant, les athlètes sont en train de se préparer. Donc la remise de récompense, la cérémonie de remise des médailles pour cette course du K2 hommes seniors. Dans moins de 2 minutes maintenant, juste le temps pour les athlètes d'enfiler leur tenue protocolaire. Et nous allons donc pouvoir procéder à la remise des résultats de cette dernière course du championnat d'Europe 2019 de marathon ici à Decize.
Perché si dovrebbero applicare le regole del campionato mondiale Masters, però le regole per la cosa da vedere. Dai, vado. Ciao. Al mio fione lì adesso mi chiedo la maglietta. Ok? C'è la mia 15 anni fa, ce l'aveva presa in camera lui. Era un po' ragazzino, mi ricordo dietro quando facciamo il Tour de France, no? Poi era lì, che era bambino, e ci aveva fatto poi una gara con me dopo 2 anni. E più di 2 anni fa si è andato lì, ci fa guarda che cosa ho in camera. Ma cos'è? La maglietta, una maglietta dell'LS dell'Italia, che se l'avevo regalata firmata. E... no vabbè, sono contento, proprio contento, guarda.
Anche io sono contenta. Mettine quello davanti con la pizzetta, sì.
Eh?
No, gli sto dicendo che quello con le scarpe gialle.
Vieni qua se mi vede. Lo indico col dito.
Vabbè, li vedo, bello vedere che sono
Cazzo,
anche
l'altro
amici.
ungherese che mi interessa, l'altro ungherese. Uno nuovo?
No, è il fidanzato di quella che ha vinto Leandro. Sta chiamando qualcuno? Elena. Ciao.
Okay, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony of the K2 men normal distance will begin.
Esatto.
Mesdames et messieurs, la remise des récompenses pour la catégorie K2 hommes va commencer. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the medalists for the K2 men normal distance. The medals will be presented by Miroslav Aviar, Vice President of the European Canoe Federation, accompanied by Nicolas Parguel, Team Leader of France. Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous présentons les médaillistes, les médaillés pour la catégorie K2 hommes. Les médailles seront remises par M. Miroslav Aviar, vice-président de la Fédération européenne de canoë, accompagné par Nicolas Parguel, chef d'équipe de la France. The bronze medalist is Miguel Fernandez and José Julian, Spain. The silver medalist is Adrian Boros and Christian Mate from Hungary. And the first place on European champion is Quentin Urban et Jérémy Candy de la France. please rise for the national anthem of France. Merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national de la France. Ladies and gentlemen, please show recognition for the 2019 European Marathon champion. Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'applaudir les champions d'Europe 2019 de marathon. Mesdames et messieurs, dans quelques instants, la cérémonie de clôture de ce championnat d'Europe de marathon 2019 va commencer.
Un, deux, un, deux. Let's Mesdames et messieurs, nous arrivons donc au terme de cette compétition exceptionnelle. Les athlètes nous ont offert un show incroyable jusqu'à cette dernière compétition. qui s'est terminée de façon exceptionnelle pour la Fédération française de canoë-kayak. Alors je voudrais profiter donc de cette cérémonie donc de clôture pour remercier donc nos athlètes pour effectivement ce spectacle qu'ils nous ont offert pendant une semaine, mais aussi pour l'engagement du comité d'organisation et pour le travail réalisé donc par l'ensemble de nos partenaires publics et privés. Et je pense notamment donc aux collectivités locales et territoriales, la ville de Decize, Saint-Léger-les-Vignes, le conseil départemental, le conseil régional et le ministère des Sports et ses organes déconcentrés. Grâce à ce travail donc collectif, nous avons réussi à produire donc un événement exceptionnel et à vous accueillir donc dans des conditions donc remarquables. Donc, merci à eux. I just want to say a few words to thank all the athletes for the exceptional show they gave us today and all week long. I will also like to thank the organizing committee and all our private and public partners, especially the city of Decize and Saint-Léger, the county council and the regional council. Thanks to them all. I wish that you have spent an amazing week with us and that you'll have a great pleasure to come back here for leisure, for holidays or maybe for training. So thank you all. Merci à vous tous. And I led the speech to the European Canoe Association with Miroslav Havia, his vice president.
Thank you, Mr. President of French Canoe Federation. First of all, I think I can proudly say that this was a very, very good championships. Thank you, everybody. First of all, the sportsmen for the good and sometimes also excellent performance. Thank you, all the organizers, all the volunteers, all the officials and judges. And of course, also all of you, our friends of canoeing, who came here and supported us. In appreciation of good organization, I would like to ask Jovana Stanojevic, the board member of our European Association, to give the plaque to the organizers. And finally, it's my honor to declare the 2019 European Canoe Marathon Championships for closed. As is our tradition, the flag is going to the organizers, then to our European Association, and then to the organizer of next championships, which will be in Budapest, Hungary.
Donc la Hongrie et Budapest accueilleront donc les prochains championnats d'Europe de marathon. Merci à eux.
Thank you.